Yo, this is the state of emergency. Check. I need all my Knicks fans right now to grab your jerseys, your popcorn, your sodas, whatever you gotta do to get ready for this game. I don't care if you're a cheerleader, an athlete, a couch potato. We're here to restore the field. Matter of fact, can you say it from New York what I say it from New York? Hey, yo, let's go now.
Hey, yo, I bring that New York energy. Talking 42nd Street. Alley hoop finger roll. Ain't nobody checking me. Crossover through the legs. Step back, hit a three. Still up in the hood, but got big baller tendencies. She just trying to get flued out to John Kennedy. Just to see the Knicks play. Make a couple memories. New York, if you ain't from here, don't pretend to be. And if you ain't rocking with the Knicks, you an enemy. Yeah, look at us. Whole city is wild. This is New York. Why y'all ever counted us out? Any game we attend, yeah, we taking it now. Fast break on the court, all up and down. Lead a garden in the pigsty. Yeah, we get it on this side. Bacon, egg, and cheese or the lobster mac with the ribeye. Either way, we winning the overtime if we get tired. Get it with the team, yeah, that's just something we live by. Hey, yo, first quarter in, we gon' turn it up. Gotta warm up first, then we taking it dub. By the third quarter in, no, they ain't catching up. Gotta stay in the lead before that shot clock buzz. If the Knicks get a win, we gon' do it again. Make the finals once before, we gon' do it again. Bounce back in the fourth, we gon' do it again. It's been a while since the chip, but we gon' do it again, yeah.
Yo, put your hands up. If you rockin' with the Knicks, put your hands up. Yo, put your hands up. If you from New York, put your hands up. Yo, look, put your hands up. If you rockin' with the Knicks, put your hands up. Look, put your hands up. Hey, yo, New York City, put your hands up. Sky, baby.
What up, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Church Guys Sports Show, post-game show for the 14th of May, 2025, Game 5 Eastern Conference semifinals. Knicks fall tonight at the TD Bank Garden big. They lose big to the Boston Celtics tonight by a tally of 127 to 102, a 25-point blowout loss that really, honestly, It's a blowout in points only. Quite honestly, the game was a lot closer for most of it than it got out of hand in the fourth quarter. And once Jalen Brunson fouled out, which I want to talk about, because I have a bit of a rant for that. But once Jalen Brunson fouled out, you could see the Knick body language was no good, J-Mac. And, you know, I said it. Most of y'all saw my post the other day when the Knicks were up 2-0. This bad habit of playing with our food. And I know a lot of pundits and a lot of, detractors are saying, "Oh, the Knicks are going to the finals and all of this other stuff." But the Knicks will, if the Knicks get out of this round, which let me be clear, I'm saying if only because the series is not over. I still firmly believe that they will win. But if the Knicks get out of this round, you can't do this against Indiana. You go up 2-0 on Indiana, you got to put Indiana away if the Knicks get that opportunity. J-Mac, we lost you for a second. Looks like there you go. Okay. You can't do this against Indiana. If you get to the ECF, you can't do this. You have to come out with a sense of urgency every single game. And don't get me wrong, the first half they play with that urgency. They weather the emotional storm of Boston riding the Jason Tatum injury, which is we knew Boston was going to come out in attack mode. It's a win-win for the Gipper kind of situation. Knicks matched them shot for shot in the first half. 59 all at the break, and we as fans are feeling good. Like, hey, we're not down. It's a tie game going into the third quarter. Here we go. 24 minutes to the ECF. And they completely broke down. Problem number one. Now, I'm going to let J-Mac in a second. But problem number one, Bishop L is joining us. Don't interrupt, L. I got to get this out. Problem number one for me. Karl Anthony Towns looks freaking lost on defense. Why in the world is he still in a game where they are hunting him, coach? No, Mitchell Robinson can't give you 30 points. He can't shoot the long three, but you don't need that. You need someone who's going to stay connected defensively, who's going to anchor your defense and keep them from scoring. You leave Cat out there for forever watching him get cooked. This loss is on Karl Anthony Towns for being lazy and being freaking suspect at this point because he played like a little female dog tonight. Yeah, I said it. No fight. They consistently put little people on you. You can't back down Drew Holiday? Are you serious? 7'2", 280 pounds for what? You can't move your feet on defense. The moment you saw Jaylen Brown, they ran the exact same plays they ran with Tatum. And you let him get away with it. You making Mazzulla look like a freaking genius for sticking with his game plan instead of taking him out of it. And then, coach, you watch him get cooked and don't say, let me go to Mitch here and let's get things stabilized. I can go back to Cat once we get back into this game and get a lead. Kudos to Mitch. They tried to go hack a Mitch and had to stop. 6 for 6 from the free throw line tonight. Great job, Mitch.
And if they would have lost that, if Boston would have lost, Mazzulla would have got cooked for that.
Exactly. Coach, and you didn't have a reason to take Robinson out because he was making his free throws. Then I'm going to say this about the NBA, and L's going to appreciate this because y'all know I don't do conspiracy theories, but L does. And the NBA wants to make more money. I'm sorry, but NBA, you're starting to market Jalen Brunson as one of your superstars. 2K Sports just put out their season 7 because they do seasons during the season on NBA 2K, and it's a season 7 of 2K25 is now featuring Jalen Brunson. He's featured prominently in your commercials, in your billboards. NBA, do better. How do you let a superstar foul out of the game? Yeah, it's on the coach too. Don't get me wrong. But can I be real? When was the last time you saw Michael Jordan foul out of a game? When did you ever see LeBron James foul out of a game? When did you see Jason Tatum foul out of a game when he was healthy? The league has always protected its superstars in games like this because this is what people want to see. He fouled out when I can say were marginal contact at best. Could you consider them fouls on replays? Yes. But superstars get the benefit of the doubt. What you're telling us is that you hate New York so much. You don't want the Knicks to prosper so much that you're willing to let one of your most marketable stars in your biggest market foul out of an elimination game. Come on, league, do better. OG Anunoby 1 for 11. You didn't have Jason Tatum to guard, OG. You should have been way more aggressive offensively. Jaylen Brown is not Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown that's the other thing. Back to the Brunson rant. Jaylen Brown got the hack, grab, pull. Kudos to Jaylen for hitting him in the nuts. But I keep telling y'all let people grab and throw JB around, but you foul him out of this game on ticky-tack fouls? Are we serious? I got more, but my brothers are here. Either one of y'all, go ahead.
I'll go because unfortunately I won't be able to stay on tonight. Y'all know I'm going overseas in the morning.
Yeah, you leave in the Suriname in the morning.
I didn't want to not come on because, and I'm glad Donald Corey Ballard is here because he only comes on here and trolls us when we lose. And
I should
yeah,
block you down because see, you in real talk, I gave you respect for being a
I was
stand-up
gonna
Clippers
say
fan,
that.
but
I was
don't come on here with your BS tonight, please. And not that I'm mad at you, but simply because you can't do this. Because I'm gonna call you a front runner like I call other fans
I was gonna
like
say
this. I'm gonna call you that, Donald.
I
I'm
was
gonna call
gonna
you that.
say
That's the type of time I'm on right now. I don't want to hear from nobody who's not a real ball fan. Your hatred from the Knicks, and you from Brooklyn, dude? Like, really? Nah, stay down south and with your paper clips. Root for a team in the city. I'm sorry, you in South Carolina. Y'all don't even have a professional team. You root for a team on the West Coast that can't get out of a freaking first round when they're the favorite. So please, miss me with the nonsense tonight, please. I love you, but go someplace else tonight. Go ahead, J-Mac.
see, I'm glad you took care of it because this is what he does. When the Knicks win, he criticizes. He sits back and criticizes the team that he's not even a fan of.
We
And I'm
here
not
win
even.
or lose, you corny people.
We
I'm
here.
gonna use Keisha word. Y'all corny. Cause I can't find y'all when we beating y'all. I can't find y'all when we killing the league. But here y'all come because we lost the game tonight. Stop it. Go somewhere. You hate the orange and blue that much. And that's why we gonna win the championship this
See,
year.
he's saying it's all good, my bros, but that's what he does. You coming on trolling when the Knicks lose, but when the Knicks was up, then it was you was hating on us. Now you over here to pour salt in the wound. But we on here, like I've been telling you,
We
that
here
we
win or
always
lose,
on
bruh.
here. I've
Win
been telling.
or lose. We
I
win.
keep
We don't never
I
disappear.
keep I keep telling him I don't know where he be at, but we be right here. The only game we wasn't here was because we was up watching the game. We weren't home. Um,
Daniel Austin, absolutely. Listen. I'm not mad at that. I'm just saying, give our superstar the same benefit of the doubt. That's all I'm saying. You're not wrong with that. Jaylen Brown is the Finals MVP, so
I
he
don't
gets to
care
play with
about
the benefit
Jason.
of the doubt.
I don't care about Jason Henderson being in front of my church. He need to go in and get prayer. He need to go inside of the church so he can get prayer. That's what he need to do. See, that's the problem. He like the rest of the sinners. He's staying on the
Listen,
outside.
listen, and I love my brother Overseer Hendrickson, but he just like them. That's why I'm at a point where I'm not even addressing him no more.
Yeah, that's what I said. Dude had on Knicks gear the other night, went to the Garden Knicks gear. Y'all be following this dude. That's the bigger crime is that y'all keep giving this dude airplay. That's the bigger crime. Is
Right?
that y'all give this guy
Y'all make him
airplay.
relevant.
He
Y'all
had
make
on
him
he had
relevant.
on he had on Knicks gear and y'all gave him and y'all still giving him airplay. That's the bigger crowd is that y'all really giving this dude credibility. That y'all didn't believe us last year when we told you he only root for a color, he don't know the players. We told you that. We told you that. And you can go
Jesse,
tell him I said it.
I hope
Because I
so.
said it last year to his
T-
face. So
tonight bothered me, Jesse. Tonight really
yeah, so
bothered
now
me.
now let me now that we addressed all the the people around. Let's get to the game. Let's get to the game. Tibbs lost this game tonight because he shortened his bench. He shortened the bench. He hasn't done that the whole playoff.
Freaking
Tonight
horrible.
he decided to shorten the bench again. That was the problem. JB getting four fouls in the third quarter, and you don't put in campaign. You don't bring campaign back. I know he picked up three pick quick ones, but I'd rather Payne foul out than JB.
Campaign, Tyler Kolick, DeLon Wright.
DeLon Wright.
You have three other point guards
Point
on your
guards on the
bench.
bench, and you leave Jalen Brunson in to take all the fouls. He short he shortened the bench. That was the problem. My thing was, okay, even when Cat was getting cooked, if you didn't want to bring in Robinson, fine. We can't bring in Precious. We can't bring Precious Achua in. A more mobile, big. We can't bring Achua in for a little bit. He shortened the bench. He killed us tonight.
Boston sped up the game, and he did nothing to counter it.
Mitch was phenomenal tonight. I don't want to hear nothing. Mitch, he made his free throws. You could tell he went to the lab and practiced. He
He was
he
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 was active on defense, a lot of
active.
deflections, offensive rebounds. and you played Mitchell Robinson 23 minutes, so you could play Cat 29, and he could give you 19 and 8. That's not what you want. Cat, I don't need 19 and 8 from you. I need a dominant performance.
That 19 points is not a real 19 points.
Right. It wasn't even a real
Those are giveaway
19.
points because
But
he
how
got
about
those at free throw line.
this,
He got
guys?
most of those points at the free throw line.
Bridges comes out of the gate scorching. They go away from Bridges. By the time they go back to him, he's cold. They did not. Again, same old Tibbs coaching. Don't ride the hot hand. Bridges
Josh Hart came out of the
fire.
gate gunning. You went away from Josh Hart.
Josh was our leading scorer tonight.
Josh Hart was hot. Bridges was hot. You go away from them, and you try to force the ball to Cat and JB.
And I'm not going to kill you for JB, but Cat is clearly wants no part of the physicality down low with the smaller player. Because he's playing like it. He playing like he tired and disinterested. Sit his butt down then. You have other capable bigs on your bench.
Jesse, I see your comment, and I believe the Knicks will be okay, but I just don't like playing with fire. I don't like playing with fire. That's just me. You can't. And I've heard many Knicks fans say, they didn't mind if they lost tonight. I saw that a lot today on social media, and we want to close it out at home.
No.
I just didn't know. You gotta put this away tonight. I don't trust the refs in the Garden in Game 6. I don't trust them. I don't trust the refs. I don't trust us being healthy in Game 6. I don't like it. To me, Game 6 is like a Game 7. We could get JB. We done dodged the bullet with his ankles all series.
There was a lot of blood on Knick uniforms tonight.
Yes, man.
JB was banged up. OG was banged up.
So
And Josh Hart got his face. I don't even know if his nose might be broken or not. There's a lot of blood on Knick jerseys tonight.
I just don't understand. And I put in the chat, OG can't go 1 for 12. Are you serious? 1 for 12? He was 1 for 12 tonight, Butler. 1 for 12. And I'm not saying you got to score 23, but you got to give us at least 10.
You can't play. You can't be 1 for 12 when you're not working as hard on defense. And that's not a slight to OG, but Jaylen Brown is not Jason Tatum.
No, and they treated him as such tonight to the point where Derek White got off.
Tonight should have been a game where we stay. You stay at home on everybody because there's no need to double anybody tonight. No,
I'm not blaming the ref. Yeah, I'm not blaming the refs tonight. I'm not blaming them.
No, definitely not. The only thing I'm killing the refs for was giving Jalen Brunson 4 fouls in 1 quarter. It should have been all gas and no breaks. I'm with you on that.
Do you want?
Yep,
do
OG
you want
was 1 for 12.
Do you want to address that comment that's up there?
I'm gonna get to it. Let me go through the people who are regularly here. I have to address our fans because they help make our show, not people who only come on when their team wins a game and we couldn't find them when we were smacking them all over Boston. Yep, absolutely. Luke, Cornette was great tonight, but we made him look great. We turned Cornette into Hakeem Olajuwon. I'm sorry, into not even Hakeem. We turned him into the Admiral because the Admiral was a better shot blocker than Hakeem was. We turned him into prime David Robinson. We turned this dude into prime David Luke Cornette. When rule number 1 is you're a smaller player, you drive at the big's chest and you put your body into them. You don't try. You trying to finesse over them? No, you drive at their chest. He swatted a bunch of short jumpers and things. He wasn't blocking shots at the rim. Drive at his chest.
But that was the problem. Remember, I said it in the chat that the Knicks, that Tibbs went small. The only big on the floor was Robinson, and then
Y'all,
when
y'all
they were
not close.
diving in, but they were too small for that big lineup, and it was too late to go to that small lineup there.
Absolutely.
It was too late to go to that small
And then
lineup.
Tibbs once Boston went small and played faster. Now you want to go double big? It's too late.
It's too late for that, right? He was a step behind coaching tonight. It was too late to do that. So, listen, he cost us this game for sure. Tibbs was totally, yes, he was totally outcoached. It was for sure. I mean, like I said, he shortened Bishop Woodall. He shortened the bench tonight. I don't get he
Horrible.
he only went to Deuce. He only went to Deuce off the bench and Robinson. That was it.
Lie like what, Hendrickson? Lie like what? Wait, what lie did I tell? Let's talk about the lie you told going into our building the other day wearing Knicks gear. That's a
And
bigger lie.
you told us Knicks in 5. You
You
don't know
put up
what
Knicks
side
in
you want to
five.
be on.
You don't you a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, overseer. Unstable. Unstable, sir.
Thank you, Robert Wright. This was a once in a lifetime game for Luke Cornett.
Yeah, Sam, I think it's broken. Honestly, I do think Hart's nose is broken. And kudos to him. He was having a great game tonight.
His nose is broken and he got a gash above his eye.
Yep.
That was a bad
Muhammad.
hit.
Turn Luke Cornett into Ben Wallace.
No, you was on the show, Jason, for a quick minute, and then we didn't see you anymore. You did not stay.
You came in, you made one comment, and you left.
That's it. Let's call it like it is. You came on, made one comment, and left. Now, if you're gonna be real about it, brother. Be real about it. You did not stay here. You did not stay on this show. So you made one comment.
No, I don't feel like OG didn't come to play tonight. I just feel like he just didn't have it tonight, and I felt like he took too many jump shots instead of putting his head down and going to the basket, which is his strength. OG is at his best when he's attacking the rim, and that leads to his open three-pointers. He has to play inside out, and he started off shooting jumpers tonight, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Too many step back threes for him. Too many.
Go to the basket,
many
bro.
Step backs.
Yeah, totally outcoached Bishop Woodall. Totally. Completely outcoached. Bishop Heflin, this is a good... Listen, I told you how I felt yesterday, Bishop Heflin, when we were talking. As far as the Cavs series go, the Cavs got caught up playing Indiana's game instead of making them play their game. And that's where they lost that series.
But we never believed on this show. We never believed in Cleveland. I'm sorry, Bishop, but we never. I'm sorry to say it, Bishop, to you, but we never believed. We never believed in Cleveland. We didn't believe in Cleveland.
Y'all, let us listen. Y'all were 8-2. I don't know why they kept saying 9, but y'all were 8-2 during the regular season without Tatum. So clearly, listen. Nobody has ever. Let me be clear about something, Overseer Hendrickson. I don't know about anybody else, but nobody on this show has ever downplayed how good Boston actually is.
Now, you ask a Boston Celtics fan, y'all have downplayed the Knicks. That's who's been doing the downplaying.
That's the problem. We've never downplayed how good the Boston Celtics are.
Now address that, Overseer. Y'all underestimated the Knicks. The Knicks never underestimated Boston. We never underestimated them. Y'all underestimated the Knicks. 4-zip, gentlemen's sweep 4-1. Oh, we won. Y'all only gonna get the one game. We won 2. Oh, it's gonna be y'all gonna lose 4 straight. Y'all never took the Knicks serious. So now when Tatum is hurt and y'all backs against the wall, y'all want us to respect y'all. No, you said we was gonna lose before the series started. How about that? You said the Knicks wasn't winning a game before the series started. Let's talk about that. Since you want to make this about you. You said that.
Nobody on this show gloated about sending anybody home, sir.
No, you said Knicks were going to lose because we didn't beat y'all in the regular season. Now, don't try to backtrack now. Don't try to backtrack. You said it. You said it.
Yeah, well, I do feel like that to a certain extent.
Good. I'm glad you made your prediction that we're going to lose. I'm glad you made your prediction. So good.
And my point to this, Willie, I agree with this. They got to put him down on Friday. They absolutely have to. The Garden will be rocking as always, but they definitely got to put him down on Friday. They should have put him down tonight when they weathered that storm and were tied at halftime. That was a win in and of itself. The Knicks should have come out with momentum like, hey, we weathered their storm. Let's put these cats out of their misery. No Porzingis in the second half. Like, how do you not put them down? Y'all said we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. Sir.
This coming from a guy who's a Boston fan that's wearing Nick. Wait. This coming from a Boston fan who was wearing Nick apparel. That's all I got to say.
Overseer, spell check is your friend. I think you're looking for the word lose. Spell check is your friend. The pressure is all on the Knicks. They played horrible tonight. If they don't win on Friday, they may lose Game 7. Anthony, listen, again, I said it the other year. I said it last year with Denver when they were in the playoffs and people counted them out when they went down 3-1. I said, you got to remember that team is the defending champs until they're not. Tatum or no Tatum with Boston. They are the defending champs until they're not. One of my favorite shows of the last 20 years was a show that was on ABC called Scandal. And the great Joe Morton, who's one of the most tremendous actors you ever want to see, played Eli Pope, Olivia Pope's father. And one of the greatest lines he ever said on the show was about his role, because he was head of a secret organization called B613, and his role was called Command. And every time Jake and Olivia and all of them would try to take him out or stop him from doing what he was doing, he would tell them, you don't take command. Command takes you. The Knicks have to take it. Boston's not going to lay down. They are the defending champs. There's a lot of pride over there in that locker room.
But D'Lo, we've never disrespected.
Oh no. I'm
so
talking as a true
fan.
I'm not worried about that.
I don't know where this is coming from. Now you're trying to flip it. You're trying to flip it. Right, you're trying to flip it because we've never disrespected the Celtics over here. We did say we don't believe in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. We did say we don't believe that they should be playing together. We've said that. But we've never disrespected. Again, this is the disrespect that you have for the Knicks. This is it right here. This is it. Y'all, Celtic fans have never respected the Knicks going into this series. Period.
He went crazy on you. It wasn't about the Celtics.
Right.
He went crazy on you. Yes. That he absolutely, you got a McCants rant directed toward you, Overseer.
Right.
It wasn't about your basketball team.
Right.
That was about you.
I said the Knicks were bad tonight. We started off saying that, so I don't know where you were.
Listen, I took 10 minutes, the first 10 minutes of the show.
We stayed quiet so you could talk.
Go in on my team. So you're not saying nothing to me.
Pastor Dave, no, I'm not going to blame the refs for these fouls. I'm blaming our coach. Our coach should have coached better and got Jalen Brunson off the floor. When Jalen Brunson picked up that third foul, he should have took him off the floor.
We resort to insults. Can I pull up your lives where you talk all sorts of nonsense about us when you win? Do I need to go to the videotape and start pulling up your tapes?
He was just on a live.
So please stop.
He was just on a live calling us out.
Yeah, it's all jokes and in fun, bro. But let's not call us out for insults when you do exactly the same thing. Please. It's just that you can't take it as well as we can.
Right, we standing 10 toes down after a loss. We right here.
Right here. Listen.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice because I really want to say something, but I'm not.
And we're right, Willie. And I said this at the opening of the show. The Knicks can't do this again. You don't play with your food. The Knicks can't do this against the Pacers if we get out of this round. They can't. And I said it. I know you and others are saying the Knicks are going to the finals. Not doing this. Not Tibbs coach. Not with Tibbs reverting back to old habits. I made the mistake because I was excited about the adjustments that I've seen over the last couple of games, and I'm like, the light bulb has come on. Tibbs is coaching like a real 21st century NBA coach right now. changing pick and roll actions in the middle of games. Once Boston sniffs it out, run the play a different way. They were doing it. And tonight he went back to old habits from his stubbornness, leaving Cat in the game. Listen, this series is going to be won defensively. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This series is going to be won defensively. It's not going to be an offensive battle. So you need to have your best defenders in the game along with Jalen Brunson. And Cat at the 5 does not give you your best chance defensively. He doesn't. And I'm not saying, I'm not going to sit here and say that Mitch should be starting over Cat. I'm not going that far. But what I'm saying is, when you see them hunting Karl Anthony Towns, get him out of the game for a little bit. Play him in spurts. And let Mitch anchor that defense.
Nah, Willie, I don't agree about the officiating tonight. I just don't. The Knicks still should have won this game, and Tibbs should have been a smarter coach to take out. He got 4 fouls in the third quarter, and the coach didn't take him out the game.
He should have pulled him after that third foul.
He should have pulled him after the third foul, Willie. Come on, bro. You know he should have pulled him out.
Silas was your favorite character on that show. That is on the coach, because the coach in that moment made the decision to leave his star point guard in the game when he has 3 point guards on his bench. He could have went to Cam. He could have went to DeLon Wright, who has NBA experience. He could have went to Tyler Kolek just to throw something crazy at Boston, and because they didn't game plan for Tyler Kolek.
Ballard, I still say I've seen worse games in the playoffs officiated. I've seen way worse than tonight.
Yeah. I'm not putting this on the officials. Absolutely not.
Go ahead, Butler.
Just in case I get cut off. The Knicks gave this game away tonight. The first 2 quarters, we came out and we played near flawless basketball to where we could have won this game in the third quarter. The Knicks gave this game away. A number of reasons could be the reason why it was done. I will start with the coach. The coach did not play the bench the way that he should have played the bench. I want to say we had a 6-man, maybe a 7-man rotation tonight, which was horrible. Absolutely horrible. At the point that you realize that Cat had 4 fouls. I want to say Cat had 4 fouls in the second quarter.
No, he picked up the 4th at the beginning of the third.
He picked it up early third. So yeah, just about. But he picked it up early third.
Early in the third, right? You got Jalen, who's getting fouls everywhere. At some point, you gotta say, as the coach, let's go to the bench. Let's get some energy off this bench. Let's try to put a dent in this lead. They really didn't go up big until late in the third quarter. So the third quarter could have actually been salvaged because they didn't go big. They did not take a big lead until late in the third quarter. So that's 1, the coach. 2, Cat. Inexcusable. I saw so many offensive rebounds grabbed over Cat tonight. It was nauseating. You can't.
We know, Hendrickson. It's all fun. We all having fun.
Of course,
cool.
Hendrickson. We know what's up.
I hope nobody. No, because some people a little sensitive.
I know they want to see blood.
That's other people overseas. We know. We good, bro.
Even Donald Corey Ballard, we all know.
We know what's up. Yeah, we all good. Go ahead, L.
I think he froze.
Yeah, he froze.
Yeah, he's froze. He on that Amtrak.
No, Willie. There you go, L. There you go. Go ahead. You back.
All right. So that's the first thing, the coach. The second thing is Cat. Cat played like he was a high school freshman tonight. nervous.
Ugh,
That
horrible.
night, that 19 points, that 19 points are points from the line. Those are not real points. Those are points
19
from the line.
pointless points.
Right. Three. Jalen. Jalen started out playing like a point guard, distributing the ball. Jalen went away from that. Why did he go away from that? I have no idea. But at the point that Bridges was good, going good, at the point that Josh was going good, you stay with that formula. We don't need you to score 35, 40 points every night, Jalen. We don't need you to do that, especially when you don't have a Jason Tatum competing with you on the floor, scoring that amount of points. We need you to drop 40 when when the opposing team's other star is going off like that too. Definitely, we need you to keep that balance. But if Jason Tatum is not on the court, pick this defense apart. Pick it apart. My fifth thing on the list, and this is the unfortunate truth.
That's
With all
true,
of
Drew.
that,
I agree.
with all of that said and done, there's an element of this loss that reeks of rigged. It reeks of it being rigged. Rigged. If you're coming into this game 5 with the intentions, if you're coming into game 5 with the intentions on let's just win game 6 at home, you are just as bad as a team that tanks in order to get the first pick in the draft.
Absolutely.
You're just as bad. Our team is not as bad as what we saw them tonight. They are
No,
not
we
Bro,
know
that
that.
bad.
We know that.
bro, I'm telling you,
We know that.
I think I said it in the chat. I said it looks like they playing for game 6. Didn't I put that in there?
You
I said
did.
You put that in there.
it looks
And
to me like they're
and if
playing
that is
for
the
game 6.
and if that is the case, if that's the case, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, yo. It will cause me to lose such a way because now it makes me feel like this is really all about the money,
It's a money
and it
grab.
makes me look
It's
at
it's
Melo, and Melo being the individual. It makes me look at Melo and Melo being the individual where championships was not as important as his purse. It wasn't as important as his
he's made
purse.
that abundantly clear, and I
So
love Melo, but yeah,
yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? The more like they have bonuses. These players get bonuses for every playoff game that they play.
And you
Their
got to
their
realize
yearly salary is not
Boston is
included
a
in the playoffs.
Boston is a blue blood uh, original franchise with all those championships and histories. And they were already talking about them fighting Celtic pride. It all played in. I listen.
Oh yeah, the league has to give the league, and I'm not saying that this is what has happened. I'm just saying that this is really what it looks like, and it's hard to
absolutely, Willie.
deny it. It's hard to deny it. Your boy goes down with an Achilles tendon rupture. You have to give Boston something. You got to give Boston something. You got to get you. You have to build the story. You have to do the work. What do we call it in the WWE?
A work.
You
It's a work.
have to do a work, right? And first half and the second half,
It was a
it
work.
looked like a work, and it looked like
It looked like
the
a
Knicks
work.
was,
The,
and
the,
it
the,
looked
the
like the
league at
Knicks
halftime
was
said, "Oh
in,
shoot, the Knicks is hanging in here." They called the refs at halftime and said, give
and
us
it
some
looked like
distance. We got to
no,
give Boston
and
their story tonight."
nah, I don't even think it was. I think the Knicks was in on it. I think
See, that's what I
the
think.
Knicks
That's what
was
I
in
believe.
on it. When you look at the post, when you look at how the Knicks are, you know, like the Knicks just about had a prayer vigil for Jason Tatum all day yesterday and today. It almost feels as if the Knicks was in on it. And if they was, that takes away from the excitement of us winning. I'm not even gonna hold you.
You got to also realize this too, guys. I'm gonna go, but I want to put this out there for y'all. This Celtic team is not going to look like this next year.
Oh no,
No,
that
This is
second that second April's crazy.
they're going to be trading over. They already said Porzingis is gone, Drew Holiday is possibly gone, and possibly even Jalen Brown.
I
And
looked
and
at it.
Al
Tatum is going to
Horford.
be gone for the whole year. He's not going to be back to
Yeah,
26, 27. He's not
yeah.
going to be back at all next year.
They're talking about him possibly starting a rehab in 9 months.
Right. Possibly. So this Celtic team, this is the last hoorah for this championship team. Remember, they brought everybody back. There's nobody new on
And
this
and
team.
and paid everybody.
Yeah, and paid
Listen,
everybody.
that
So
rupture,
this is it
that
for this team. This is
that
it.
rupture, that ruptured tendon is no joke. It's the same injury that I had in my knee that he had in his ankle the other day. It's no
David
joke.
said Cat going for 40 on Friday. Yeah, no.
No.
I doubt that.
I
I doubt
I
that.
I I I'd put more money
I
on
don't even
JB
want
going
him
for
to
40
go.
on Friday.
We don't even need Cat to go for 40. We
No,
need
we
Cat to
don't. We
give
just
us
need Cat to play
25 and 10.
consistently and
20 and
give me
15.
give me your
20 and
season
15.
averages.
20 and
Stop getting
15. That's all we
and
need.
stop and stop getting boxed out down low.
And
Stop getting
stop
Seven
boxed
committing
foot
out.
two,
dumb
two
fouls.
eighty.
Stop pushing people on the perimeter. What are we doing?
What are
Two
we
hands
doing?
on the back.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
It's
What are we
terrible,
doing? And as
But the
terrible
far as
play
Celtics,
Boston,
calling.
so, and what's going to be interesting, all these bootleg Celtic fans, I want to see where y'all at next year. Because that team is going to be fighting for a play-in, if that.
listen, the I looked it up today. Even with the salary cap going up by 10% next year, which it does every year of a new collective
They
bargaining
got to
agreement,
dump salary.
they are already over the second apron for next year, which means there is no maneuverability for them. And Al Horford is 35.
Well, they already said they letting out or Al Horford they're going to
No,
be
I'm
in
sorry.
next
Al
year.
Horford is 38. Drew Holiday is 35.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
so listen,
Kristaps
this
Porzingis can't stay healthy. Like,
this
that team is, this is the last hurrah this
this
year.
is it.
This is it.
And the thing is, it's your last hurrah after being ridiculed for the easy path y'all had. They don't even giving y'all the respect as a champion. In your own city, they don't respect that team. In Boston, they don't respect it. They said y'all had a cakewalk to the team. So all these Boston fans, I can't wait till next year. I can't wait to the end because I don't want to. You're not. I'm not letting y'all all. Was Henderson boy Kyle, whatever his name is. I don't want to hear nothing. You are a Celtic fan. Don't jump ship. Don't jump ship. Stay right there. Because that's one thing about Knicks fans. We in it no matter what. Yeah, Willie Green. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Listen, I just don't like playing. This is just we don't. I've been
Don't
here.
play with your food.
I was here for 3-0 Yankees. I was here for 3-0 Yankees on Boston Red Sox. I was here. It started with a ground rule double by Clark, and then it snowballed. A ground rule double worked in favor for Boston. A ground rule double by the Yankees worked in the favor for Boston. It prevented the Yankees from going ahead in that inning. And it was a snowball effect from there. Go back and watch the documentary. So I've seen a team up 3-0 in this city. May not have been basketball, but I've seen the Yankees go 3-0 on a Joe Torre coach New York Yankees. And they lost 4 straight. With Derek Jeter on the squad.
Mind you, also, the Red Sox players were already congratulating the Yankees. Because there are
Exactly.
stories about that. How Jeter got a hit at one point during Game 4 because they thought it was over. He got to first base, and the first baseman was like, "Hey, good luck in the World Series."
Yeah.
They thought it was over. they thought it was over. Listen,
Yeah.
Knicks fall tonight in big fashion. I mean, like I said, the number was big, but again, it didn't. And again, that's one of it was. I don't know about you, but it was a weird feel. Like it wasn't a blowout feel. Like the Knicks didn't get run off the court until like the final 6 minutes of the game. This was a close game till midway through the fourth quarter. Even with the score starting to get out of hand, Boston took a bigger lead in the third, yes, but it still felt like it was a very close game.
And let me say this before
And
we
also,
just,
with 6 minutes left, the Knicks gave up. You could see it.
let me say this too on the Tatum injury, because everybody keeps comparing him to Durant. The difference between Durant and Tatum is that Durant is a jump shooter. Durant is a bona fide jump shooter. Jason Tatum
Yeah.
is a slasher or he's a
Athleticism.
3-point shooter.
Much more athleticism. Yep.
He's not a mid-range jump shooter. Tatum is not going to be the same Tatum that y'all know and love. He's going to be a different Jason Tatum. When he does, if he makes it back, he's not going to be the same Jason Tatum. I want everybody to understand that. He's not going to be the Jason Tatum that we all know. He's going to be different.
Also,
Yes,
Knicks
youth is
shot
on
very
his side.
poorly tonight.
Youth is on his side, but he's not going to be the same Jason Tatum. He's
No,
not.
at all. Not at
He's
all.
going to have to change his game. He's going to have to be more of a Kevin Durant type player, shooting jump shots, not slashing to the basket, fadeaways. He's going to fadeaway jump shots. He's going to have to change his game. So I want to say that to everybody. Yeah, youth is on his side, and I'm praying for him, but he's not going to be the same Jason Tatum. So Boston fans, enjoy tonight. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. That's all I'll say.
Listen, they still got to win 2 more games. So, I mean, listen, Boston fans were giddy after game 3. Oh, we blew y'all out. The series is over. Dave Portnoy in Boston. Oh, the Knicks are not getting another game. Knicks went down. And, yeah, Donald Corey Ballard, absolutely true. Difference, Celtics win tonight. They drove the ball more than they did. But they still shot 43s. Again, look at they didn't go that far away from what they do. And what happened was the Knicks got caught up in the few extra drives that they made and stopped defending the 3-point line. Instead
And
of just
Luke
saying,
Cornett.
go ahead and drive, because we know you're eventually going to go back to the 3.
And Luke Cornett.
And Luke Cornett. The Knicks
And Luke
shot
Cornett.
35% from the field for the game. The Knicks actually shot better from 3 than they did from the field as a whole tonight.
Which is crazy.
The Knicks shot 40% from 3 tonight.
Yeah, which is crazy.
This was their best shooting night of the series from 3.
Yeah. Josh Hart hit 5 threes tonight.
I gotta get on Josh Hart though, because
Come
on
on.
that drive with Cornette, listen, you stick in that 3 all game long. Keep shooting it, because they're showing you that you had 23 points and they still were leaving you open. My thing is, if Josh Hart is the one to send them home, Josh, send him home. I don't care. I'm not one of those fans that needs my superstar to have big numbers. I care about the win. So I don't care if Josh Hart gets 40 in a game because they decided to leave him open. And y'all know Mazzulla is stubborn. Josh Hart, he's going to leave you open. Keep shooting. You were on tonight. Even after the injury, you were on. Keep shooting. Make them finally come out there, because they weren't going to, because Mazzulla makes no adjustments. He's worse than Tibbs.
The Knicks rotations tonight on defense on the 3-point line weren't like they weren't as crisp tonight either.
Right,
and again,
because
that had to do
Jaylen
with
Brown
Cat.
drove a little that especially Cat, because they hunted him and Cat tried to defend like he was defending Tatum, and I'm like, no, Jaylen Brown is not going to settle for a 3. He's going to try to drive by you.
And Derek White is a spot-up 3-point shooter.
He is.
He's
You
not
gotta
gonna-
run. You gotta run to Derek White.
Yes.
You on those
gotta
breaks.
know the
The first
personnel.
person, attention to detail. First person you run to is Derek White. You run to White. You run to Pritchard. If they get down the lane and get a dunk, you live with it.
That's it. That's it.
I'll live with a fast break dunk because that's what you're supposed to do on fast breaks. Giving them transition threes? No.
Derek White was stepping into transition threes
Yeah.
all night, man. He was stepping in, and that's a rhythm three for him
And
because that's a spot up. Yeah.
They still took 49 threes. So they didn't go. People, for everybody saying, oh, they changed it up. Not really.
So now
Jaylen Brown, they did
close
what
to
they
200.
do.
They over 200 threes for
Over
this
200
series.
threes. 232 threes for the series. No, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. 237 threes for the series.
That ain't going to work Friday night.
237 threes attempted. They
Listen.
shot 45% from three tonight. Which again, y'all already know, that's not going to happen Friday. Because as I've taught y'all, I gave my math lesson, the law of averages always wins.
And Jaylen Brown is very sloppy with the ball, by the way. If he's sloppy with the ball, he's very sloppy with the ball. Jaylen Brown, if I was a Celtic fan, I'd be crazy. This guy is so sloppy with the ball. He does that in the garden. Those are fast breaks. I'm telling you right now.
This is a great question, Drew. Yes, when you have those type of tendon injuries, yes, you are more susceptible to injuring it again, which is why J. Max said he's not going to be the same player when he returns.
He's not going to be the same.
And not because not because the rehab won't work, but because he can't be. Because the risk of re-injury will always be high.
And when the tendon reforms, it comes back stronger with more tension. So he's not going to have that flexibility that he had before he injured it because it comes back stronger. If you look at they've been talking about it. That tendon, it goes all the way up to the calf. It comes, it's from the heel, it's from your heel all the way up to your mid calf. That's where it is. So he ruptured that. So now when it gets reformed, it's going to be tighter. So he's not going to be able to make those cuts, make those drives. He's going to have to reconfigure his game.
Yeah, it's not going to be the
And
same. You saw how Kobe had to change his game. Yeah, he won't be back.
He won't be back next year. It'll be the year after he's coming back.
Y'all listen to this woman. She's in this field. She does physical therapy with people. This is her field. The recovery. Thank you, Keisha. The recovery is going to take at least a year.
Yeah, he's not coming back next year, Boston fans. So there's not going to be he's not coming back till the year after. Next year is 2025-2026 season. He's not coming back to the 2026-2027 season.
That's what I just said, Keisha. I just told the people to listen to you. You know what you're talking about.
Right, we giving you your props.
That's what I said. Yes, you are absolutely an expert in this field. But in all seriousness, the Knicks played to again. Let me say this: Boston did not go away from their game plan. They still shot 49 threes tonight.
They didn't need to. The Knicks didn't make them. There was no reason for them to change.
Right. And it's Cat consistently getting. God, he looks so lost on defense. Man.
He's on skates out there. And when they put him in space, he's lost.
Don't get me, and if it frustrates me because I was a defensive point guard. I mean, I scored, but I was a defense. I hung my hat on my defense. So seeing defense being played that badly drives me, especially on the perimeter, drives me up a wall. Because I learned at 10 years old, playing in elementary school in Brooklyn, New York for PS 327 in Brownsville, playing for Mr. Gordon. Playing for that team in the 5th grade, I learned on defense you got to move your feet.
Randall is cooking them right now.
Oh, yeah.
Steph just shook his head like he couldn't believe Randall just made that three.
Listen, Randall is in his element. He is the bona fide second option.
Right. He's not the number one. He's flourishing where he belongs. In New York, he was the number one. So
Keisha, that's for you. Which I know the answer to this, but Drew, my brother Drew wants you to answer.
Yeah, we'll let you answer it. We know the answer to it.
Yeah, we know the answer to that. We've all talked about it. But he knows he's a second option. But bad perimeter defense drives me up a wall. It has since I was 10, and I learned how to defend on the perimeter as a guard. I learned how to defend on the perimeter as a 10-year-old point guard.
In this
And
new NBA, you got to learn how to defend on the perimeter as a
you
big.
got to. You have to. And it's all, and the Knicks reach way too much on defense. I
Too
have
much
never
grabbing.
seen a team, and I'm talking about in one-on-one sets. Like if a guy drives and we're trapping and you're going for a strip there because they're dribbling into traffic, that makes sense. But this reaching that we're doing when it's one-on-one, mano-a-mano, you just have to stay in front of him. Make the shot tough. If he makes it, good shot. If not, you don't have to get a steal on every play.
And to echo what Keisha's
Drew, there's
saying,
your answer.
to echo what she's saying, you got to a rupture takes longer to heal than a tear. A rupture takes longer to heal than a tear. And
I'll
then
put it
once
to you
it
this way.
heals, you got to rehab it. That's
Right.
the thing. You got to rehab after it heals. You can't rehab while it's healing. You have to be in a cast at least 9 to 10 months for it
Right.
to heal.
Right.
Then you got to rehab, and then you got to practice basketball moves, and they got to bring you back slowly doing that. So that's why he's not coming back to the 2026, 2027
season. Yep. Drew, I'll put it to you this way. A tear can be repaired. A rupture has to be rebuilt.
Protein, diet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a
your
rupture
body
has to
feels-
be because a rupture is a tear. It's still kind of there, and so let me get in the camera. It's still kind of, you get a tear. It's still kind of, it's hanging there, so you can repair that, and it's still rehab time, but not as much. When you rupture it, it's
like an
gone.
explosion.
Yeah,
It's like an
it
explosion.
has to be rebuilt.
Right. It's like an explosion instead of a cut.
Yep.
A tear is exactly what it is. It's a tear, like you tear a piece of paper. But a rupture is like it's an explosion. That's the best
Listen, Corey, and we're gonna get ready to get out of here. J Mac got to go to bed. He's flying to Suriname. We pray traveling mercies for him tomorrow as he heads overseas to do ministry. But to this point, the NBA needs to limit 3-point shot. I saw a funny but honestly a honest take that I saw from a comedian on TikTok. He said the NBA should make it like Jeopardy, where you're going to take all these threes. After a certain point, if you miss them, you lose 3 points. And he said if they did that in this Knicks series, the Knicks would have won one game 32 to negative 113. Because the Celtics take so many dang blasted threes and miss it. You taking 53s a game and you only making 15? And this is what kills me. The analytics tell you this is a high percentage shot? How? How? Analytics are a bunch of eggheads who've never played the game. They're a bunch of computer programmers, because this is the world that we live in. And no shade to Gen Zs and millennials, late millennials and Gen Zs who are in these analytics departments as 20-somethings and early 30s, because this is the age you grew up in the tech age. But sports cannot be quantified by a computer. The games have to be played between the lines. There are too many other factors that go into the result of sporting events. That's why there are upsets, because a team can look phenomenal on paper and go into a game, and if it's not their day, they can lose. A team can go into a game or into a series with a superstar player, and on paper it makes them better, and that player can get injured. And they can lose that series. That's why I'm shocked that these NBA teams that are filled with front offices and guys who played the game are now relying so heavily on analytics departments to decide what they're doing from game to game, instead of allowing the game to flow as it always has. I'm sorry, I'm big into analytics. I'm big. Y'all watch the show. I'm always giving you a stat or number, so y'all know I'm big into that stuff. But from the standpoint of it telling you what historical things are, I'm not making game decisions based upon analytics. I'm not making team philosophy decisions based upon analytics. That's crazy to me. J-Mac, you frozen? Yeah, I think J-Mac froze. I know he was getting ready to get out of here anyway. Again, traveling mercies to our brother J-Mac. I'm getting ready to get out of here. Yeah, Friday is I won't say it's our game seven. Game seven is game seven, but the Knicks need to win on Friday night. I don't want a game seven on Monday in Boston. I don't want a game seven Monday in Boston. By the way, Eastern Conference Finals will begin on May 21st, which is a week from today. The Eastern Conference Finals will begin on May 21st, a week from today. So the Knicks need to win Friday night just so that they can have a couple days off. I mean, Corey, it's the whole NBA, bro. It's the whole NBA. These analytics departments have ruined the game. These analytics departments have done horribly as these eggheads are killing us. These eggheads are destroying the game because we got millennials and Gen Zers who don't know basketball beyond 2K, who have never been in between the lines, who have never played in a regular season games, more or less a high stakes playoff game, or not even in high school where it's one and done. Like, it's not even a series in high school. You in the playoffs in high school, it's one and done. It's win or go home. They've never had that pressure. But y'all are telling us how the game should be played.
But they
don't want to hear nothing you guys
do
say.
it in They do it in baseball too.
And that's part of the problem. It's home run or bust now in baseball.
That's it. The home run is like the 3-point shot in the NBA. Everybody's swinging for the
Guys don't
fence.
bunt anymore.
Nobody plays
There's
small
no moving
ball in
runners
baseball.
over
No.
because they decided in baseball that and the analytics say giving up an out to get to move a player in the scoring position is bad management of an out. You get 3 outs in an inning.
It's bad, man.
But it's easier for me to score from second base on a single than it is from first. So if I got a weaker hitter coming up, but the top of my order is turning over, and I got my 8th place hitter gets on, my 9th place hitter can't hit that well, bunt him over so the top of my order has 2 chances at least to get the run in.
You got
But
two
they don't do that no
you
more.
got two bites at the apple, as they say. But they don't. It all started with the Oakland A's with Moneyball. That's when all this started. With that whole thing.
Damn
out
you,
in
Billy
Oakland.
Bean.
Yeah, that's what it started. It started with that whole thing out there. It started with Moneyball, with Billy Bean out there with Oakland. That's where this whole thing started with the analytics, and everybody just copied. The Kansas City Royals, when they won that year, they won back to back. They took on the analytics. They cut the game down. They turned the game. They didn't let their starters be in line for a win. They turned it over to their bullpen. Analytics said, don't let your starter go past 4 innings. Turn it over to your bullpen.
Because the numbers say that certain hitters, their batting average increases the 3rd time they see a pitcher through a batting order. So you couldn't face a batter no more than twice. And there may be some validity to some of that. But then you've got last year in the World Series, the New York Yankees, who have an opportunity to get back in a series with Garrett Cole, the best pitcher in baseball, on the mound, and the manager takes him out after 73 pitches.
Because of analytics.
Because he wasn't even at 80 pitches yet, but you took him out because of analytics, and it all fell apart.
And they never recovered in the series. Off of that one game, they lost the series right there.
There are times... And don't get me wrong, there are times where you should look at the numbers. But again, this is why Joe Girardi doesn't have a job. This is why, certain, and even where it comes to basketball, why certain old school coaches don't have jobs anymore. Because they're going to coach by their gut.
Buck Showalter. He
don't have a job no more because he's told teams point blank, yeah, I'll read it, but when I get down there between the lines, I'm going to do what I feel.
That's it. I'm not going to go based on some computer printout. He said it.
What's happening in the current game is going to tell me what I'm going to do, not your numbers.
Thank you, Corey. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Corey.
Please pray for me, man. This big time. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we getting out of here too, Drew. Listen, Knicks didn't get it done tonight. Playing with their food once again. Game 6, Friday night, Madison Square Garden. The building will be rocking. We'll be here after the game as well. Bishop won't, but he'll be in
I can still
Suriname.
talk to you on WhatsApp down there, so I can still be in the chat
So
whenever I
we can
have the
definitely
opportunity.
we can still get you in the chat. Okay, perfect. So we'll be able to we'll be talking, but
Yes.
Bishop won't be on live with us here. Well, maybe I don't know if you can get a good Wi-Fi down
I'm
there.
hoping so. I'm
get a good Wi-Fi there.
gonna definitely try. I
But,
won't see the game because I'm gonna be in church, but I'm
Right.
gonna definitely try to get on.
But we will be back on Friday night for game number 6 from the Garden. L is traveling right now. That's why he left us. He was on Amtrak heading back to New York. But yeah, Knicks didn't get it done tonight. Bottom line, and it's on the coach. It's on the center. It was a total team lack of effort tonight. A total team lack of effort in the
Couldn't have
second
said it
half.
better.
Because that first half was phenomenal, and the second half was absolutely terrible. But until then, still orange and blue skies over Midtown. We are back on Friday night, and we're going to try to do this. Win for the Boroughs. We'll see you Friday night. Have a great night, everyone. Peace.
Yo, this is the state of emergency. Check. I need all my Knicks fans right now to grab your jerseys, your popcorn, your sodas, whatever you gotta do to get ready for this game. I don't care if you're a cheerleader, an athlete, a couch potato. We're here to restore the field. Matter of fact, how do you say it from New York? What I say it from New York? Hey, yo, let's go now.
Hey, yo, I bring that New York energy. Talking 42nd Street. Alley hoop finger roll. Ain't nobody checking me. Crossover through the legs. Step back, hit a 3. Still up in the hood, but got big baller tendencies. She just trying to get flued out to John Kennedy. Just to see the Knicks play. Make a couple memories. New York, if you ain't from here, don't pretend to be. And if you ain't rocking with the Knicks, you an enemy. Yeah, look at us. Whole city is wild. This is New York. Why y'all ever counted us out? Any game we attend, yeah, we taking it now. Fast break on the court, all up and down. Lead a garden in the pigsty. Yeah, we get it on this side. Bacon, egg, and cheese or the lobster mac with the ribeye. Either way, we winning the overtime if we get tired. Get it with the team, yeah, that's just something we live by. Hey, yo,